Tonight's topic is about kicking kids out at the age of 18. Why are we doing that? And that is a question that I feel needs to be answered. It needs to be studied because as I'm going online and I'm looking at all these things where they're like, oh, they're 18, they're getting out the house, I'm kicking them out, it worked for me, I'm going to do it to my kids. Just because it worked for you doesn't mean that it's going to work in this society, in this economy, under this leadership. So my question is, why are we really doing it? Hello and welcome to Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace podcast. I am your host, Ebony Stiff, and tonight I am wearing my pajamas. Of course, we podcast in our pajamas, right? So tonight I'm wearing, it's white. It says cat naps on it. The word cat is in gray. The word naps has a mixture of colors of pink, gray and white and black and all the colors. It looks very pretty and it's very cozy and comfortable. I wore these pajamas today because my son now has a cat. So I am a cat grandma. Is that what that means? Whatever it means. I'm excited about it. I love it. I love the cat. I love watching him take care of it. And so that's what I'm wearing tonight. So what are you wearing? What pajamas are you wearing as you listen to this podcast? I love to hear it. Let me know. Put it in the chat and I will definitely read it later. So tonight's episode is going to be about something that's sensitive but necessary. Okay. Tonight's topic is about kicking kids out at the age of 18. Why are we doing that? And that is a question that I feel needs to be answered. It needs to be studied because as I'm going online and I'm looking at all these things where they're like, oh, they're 18, they're getting out the house, I'm kicking them out, it worked for me, I'm going to do it to my kids. Just because it worked for you doesn't mean that it's going to work in this society, in this economy, under this leadership. So my question is, why are we really doing it? Are we doing it just because it was done to us, quote unquote? It wasn't done to me. I was not kicked out at 18. I decided to go to college. That's very different than being kicked out, excuse me, than being kicked out at 18, like some parents are planning to do, or they can't wait until the day, hey, they turn 18. They're getting out of my house to go where? To do what? Why are we not planning and preparing them for the world and allowing them to stay home the extra time that they need to do so? Because let's be honest, we have adults who are struggling. We have 2-parent households that are struggling. So what are you setting your kid up for when you decide at 18 they have to get out? What are they going to do? What are they going to do if they're not going to college? I'm not speaking about the kids that are going to college or that are going off to a trade school. I'm not talking about that situation because those kids, those young adults are actually moving away to do something. And some kids are staying at home to go to school. That is fine. I'm talking about the parents that are saying, you have turned 18 and you have to get out of my house because you are 18. Why? What's the reason? What's the point? What's the goal? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you hoping to accomplish by kicking them out at the age of 18? I'll tell you what you're actually going to do. You're going to cause stress. You're going to cause trauma. Now they're going to be couch hopping. They're going to find any and anybody that will let them live with them because they simply just cannot make it at 18 on their own in this economy. It's just not, it doesn't make sense. So why are we doing it? We don't have to keep repeating things that happened to us just because it worked well or we feel that it worked well. Because did it really work well for you? Did it really? I'm not saying it didn't. It may have. But did it really? Like, seriously, you got kicked out of your house at 18 years old and you're okay. You may be. I'm not saying that you're not. You may be. But just because you may be okay, just because it may have worked for you, does not mean that we need to set our kids up for that type of life, for that type of struggle. Because, baby, let me tell you, it is a struggle out here. And at my age, it's a struggle. So I can't even imagine at 18 years old just saying, hey, you gotta go. You gotta go because you're 18, because society decided, excuse me, that you are now grown and you can afford to live on your own and be on your own. That is just simply not true. So what can we do instead of kicking them out? We can sit down with them and we can develop a plan. We can say, hey, this is the job that you have. This is, the money that you make. Compare it to what it costs to live on your own, and just, make a plan. Say, hey, in 90 days, in 90 whatever, 2 months, 3 years, or whatever it is. Why are you in a rush to push them out into the world that they're not ready for? It's not going to set them up for success. It's actually going to set them up for failure. It's going to set them up for heartache. It's going to set them up for stress. It's going to set them up for trauma. It's going to set them up for all these. It's going to set them up to be calling Speedy B's bail bonds, which is my bail bonds company. I have seen it a lot. These kids will have nowhere to go, nobody to turn to, so they're going to turn to the streets. And then you're going to be mad at the decisions that they made because you kicked them out. Make it make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So what can we do? Be the safety net for our children. Be their guidance. Don't let the streets raise them. Don't let them turn to the street for guidance and direction when you can do that. You can say, hey, you know what? It did work for me. I was kicked out. I think I turned out well, but I'm not gonna do that to you because this is not the same society. This is not the same world that I grew up in. And I think when you sit down and you have those honest conversations with your kids, you will feel much better. Your kids will feel much better, and they will succeed in whatever it is that they want to do in life. And no two children are the same. If you have, one kid that say, hey, I want to go to college, that may work for them. Encourage them to do that. You have another kid that says, hey, I don't want to go to college. That may not work out well for me. I would rather do this. Say, okay, that's fine. Foster them and their dreams and whatever it is that they want to do, and make sure they're the best at whatever it is that they want to do. Society, we need all types of people from all walks of life that do all types of things. My son may say, hey, I want to start a cleaning company. I'm going to need you to be the best cleaner that you could be. Start with cleaning your room. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything big and grandiose. Well, anything that your child do should be a big deal. It should be grandiose to you, and it should be grandiose to your child. And you should be encouraging them to be the best that they can be at whatever that is. And it doesn't require them to do that outside of the house. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And it's not necessary to say, you know what? You are 18, get out. They're going to go find a roommate. They're going to go find more friends that were probably kicked out too. And we all know what happens when people become roommates with their friends. It never ends well. I shouldn't say never. 9 times out of 10, it does not end well. It does not end well for your child. Now you want to, beat up the roommates, and you got problems with the roommates, and now everybody's upset. But you kicked them out. You kicked them out. And they went into survival mode. Survival is not always success. Just because your child may be out there surviving, doing the best that they can, does not mean that they're successful. What does their mental look like? Have you checked in with them mentally to say, hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? Can your child come back home if you've kicked them out? Those are questions that we really should be asking ourselves. And we really should be sitting down making a plan with our kids, not planning to kick them out like we're going to have this huge party like, "Oh, you're 18 now, you're out the house. Mama got a life too, daddy got a life too." No, sweetie, no. No, no, no. Help your child plan their life so they could be successful, so they can be better than you, so they can make better decisions than you made. Myself included, I'm not excluded from this conversation. Of course, I'm having it with you. I'm not excluded. I didn't kick my kids out. My son will be 18 years old this year. There is no way that I'm saying, hey, at 18, you got to get out. Nope. When you graduate, I want to know what's the plan. Actually, before he graduates, we're talking about the plan. What do you think you want to do with your life? Where do you think you want to go? Where do you think you want to live? Where do you think you want to work? It's okay for your child to have a job and still be home. It's okay. Help them save, help them get their credit up so that when they do step out into the world, they're not all stressed out. They're not just looking for somewhere to lay their head. They're not just rooming with any and everybody. Be that safe space for them. Be that safety net for them. Don't just push them out. Don't do that. Don't do that. And while they're in your house, create boundaries. Of course, there's still rules that they have to follow because it is your house. I'm not saying that they can just live there and do whatever they want. That's not what I'm saying. There has to be rules. There still has to be boundaries. But within those rules and those boundaries, allow them to grow, allow them to flourish, allow them to share their dreams with you, their plans with you, and be a part of it from the inside. From the inside, not from the outside after you've created a stressful situation and now we don't know what to do. So, oh my gosh, the world, they feel like their world is falling apart and it's not. It's really not. So stop. I wish, oh my God, it hurts me so bad when I see it, and I see it a lot. And me being in the bail bonds industry, I see it a lot. Stop celebrating that your child is 18 and you're kicking them out. What are you kicking them out to? What are you setting them up for? Like it doesn't make any sense at all. These kids are not ready. And if they're out there, if they decided, hey, I want to leave, I want to be on my own, I don't want to follow your rules, I want to get out, that's different. But also let them know, hey, if you leave, you can come back. See, that's another thing we like to say. Oh, once you leave, you can't come back. Why? Why? Everybody needs somebody at some point in life. So if your child needs you, if they made a decision that didn't quite work out well, it didn't quite work out the way that they thought it would, why can't they come home? Why can't they lean on you? My daughter knows she left because she went to college. She likes the freedom that she has. She's on her own, but she also knows you can come home. She may not want to come home because, society kind of has us in this mind frame. If you go home, you failed. It's not a failure to go home. It's actually smart. If you need the help and the help is there for you, it's available for you. And if you can go home and you're out there and you're listening to this message and you feel like you need to go home, you feel like you need to get yourself together, you do have that parent that's saying, hey, it's okay. Come home. Figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Go home. It's okay. Because struggling is not successful. Survival doesn't equal success. Struggling when you don't have to does not equal success. So it is definitely a two-way street. Parents, you have to be open to saying, hey, you can stay here. These are the rules. These are the boundaries. This is the plan. And even if the plan, it doesn't go as planned, if we need to revise, revisit, redo it, that's okay. We'll do that. And then kids, you have to be receptive to that as well, knowing that, hey, I'm home. There's still rules. I may be an adult, but this is my parents' house. These are my parents' rules. And I understand that is to make me better, to set me up for success while I figure it out. And you have to be receptive to that. And if you have that, take advantage, because not a lot of people have that. So if you are a parent and you're able, be willing to let your child stay at home, or your niece or your nephew, whatever it is. Because at 18, we were not ready for the world either. We figured it out. We made do. And yes, some of us are okay. Some of us are not. Some of us are still passing along that trauma to our kids and thinking, oh, because it was done to me, that it's the right thing to do. That's not necessarily true. We didn't grow up in the economy that our kids are growing up in. We didn't grow up under the leadership that our kids are growing up under. It's very different. It's a very different world. It's a very different time. And we have to adapt to the times. We have to adapt to the changes, and we have to make the best decision possible and set our kids up for success. So I would say the first step to setting your kids up for success is not kicking them out just because they turned 18. Families actually now are discovering it's better if we can live together. We can save more money. We can do more things. We can be more prosperous. Families are actually discovering that now. You know, when we were younger, sometimes we would laugh at different things that we would see, and we would say certain things about certain cultures that live together. Oh, baby, I'm not laughing anymore, because it all makes sense. And I wish we could get it through our heads that it is okay to live together. It is okay to grow together. It is okay. It is okay. I promise you, you will survive. So let's normalize letting our kids stay at home with us until they figure it out. Let's normalize helping our kids figure it out. Being 18 does not make no magic wand was waved over your head and over your life that says, voila, you're now 18. Suddenly you have it all figured out. You're going to get a job that's going to let you pay all these bills. Not happening. Okay. So we're going to do better in 2026. We're going to make better choices. We're not going to just rely on, oh, it worked for me, so it's going to work for them. No, ma'am. No, sir. Not at all. It does not work that way. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with your kids. And let's start doing things that is going to benefit them and not hurt them. And we could start with, hey, it's okay to stay home with a plan, with boundaries, and it will set you up for a better future, for real success, not just for the internet and the Instagram and the Facebook and the YouTube success of what it looks like. We want you to be successful in real life. We want you to have peace. We want you to have prosperity. And we want you to have fun. These kids should not be stressed out at graduation like, uh-oh, I graduated, I'm 18, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, stop doing that. Be better. Do better. And I'll see you again in 2 weeks. That is all for tonight's episode. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. And I will see you in 2 weeks at 6 p.m. Have a good night. This is Ebony with Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace. You can find me bi-weekly on the Alive Podcast Network or anywhere that you listen to your podcast. Until next time, speak now and never hold your peace.